Standup Comedy, your host and MC, presents Comedy Appe-Teasers, a podcast where you will find short comedy sets, stories, and funny bits from the famous and not so famous. Here is your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Comedy Appe-Teasers. I have something kind of different for you, a short comedy set from one of my all-time favorite comics. He is world famous as an actor. If you Google his name, Larry Miller, you will see that he's done hundreds of movies and TV shows, but he started off as just a really funny comic out of New York. He was with Jerry Seinfeld and Paul Reiser and Mark Schiff and the Funniest Men in the Universe Club that started in 1978 or so. And in the 80s, all these guys were working for me at my club at Laughs Unlimited. The point is, Larry Miller was one of the funniest comics ever to work my stages, along with Mark Schiff and Jerry Seinfeld, and you're going to see why right now. So here on Comedy Appe-Teasers, I'm going to do a short form podcast. It's a short part of his set, and you'll see how funny he is. And this Sunday, when my main podcast, Standup Comedy, your host and MC, comes out, I'll have the rest of his set. So if you put the two together, you get a lot of great stand-up comedy. But if you don't have the time, here we go with a short set, very funny stand-up comedy by one of the best in America, Larry Miller.
You ever spend a whole day trying to call someone on the phone, the line's busy all day, you finally get through, no one's home. How do they do that? They hang up and dive out the window? You ever wonder about that? Or you keep the phone by the front door? Get the car started, honey. Ever wonder about that? Phones live in their own world sometimes, boy. Sometimes you go to call someone, they just called you, but it hasn't rung yet. You know that one? You pick up the phone and they're just there. It's a little spooky for a second, isn't it? No dial tone, just, hello, Larry. Oh. Keeps you off the phone for weeks. I love that new telephone commercial that's out now with the people haven't spoken in years. And they go, hello, Mary. Bill? It's been 30 years. Yeah, I just got paroled. Hello. Don't make me come over there, Mary. Again? See, you got to think about some of these. Phones are so... Hey, car phones are supposed to be the next big thing now. Does this matter to anybody? Do we need car phones? You know what worries me about them? If you think drinking and driving is dangerous, try breaking up with your girlfriend in traffic. You know? What do you mean I'm selfish? You don't want to be available to everyone all the time, do you? It's going to be embarrassing sometimes. Mary, I told you never to call me at this intersection. As if women don't get honked at enough on the highway, these jerks will be able to call over a couple of lanes now. Hi, how you doing? I see you're from Illinois. Land of Lincoln. I'm over here in the Pinto. Hello. Besides, you know the really obnoxious people are going to have answering machines in the car. Look, I know you're there. I'm right behind you. You understand this? Now, sometimes the phone rings when you're on the toilet. Here's where women are different from men. Woman's on the toilet and the phone rings. There's no panic. She will calmly stand up, pick up her pants, go answer the phone. I will bet you there's not a guy here tonight. Yes, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Never pick those pants up. Just stand up and do that Frankenstein walk. Any ideas on this one, fellas? Boy, never. Why? We all do it. We don't talk about it. It's not in the handbook. Do that dumpy duck walk into the living room. Why? So you can stand there like an imbecile with the phone and, oh, hi, Mom. Oh, nothing. Oh, hi, Dad. Your father's there with his pants down. Oh, hi, son, you know. That's how traditions start.
Oh, man. Larry is so funny. He has just this slow, great pace that he just takes the audience on a journey with his stories, and everybody can relate. It's clean. It's funny. I know you enjoyed that short piece of comedy material by Larry Miller live on stage. Now, here's the exciting part. Coming up on this Sunday, my main podcast, Standup Comedy, your host and MC, will be the balance of some material by Larry Miller. Now, this was all recorded live in 1985. And as I said, if you Google his name, you'll see exactly who I'm talking about. So come back Sunday and hear the rest of the show. In the meantime, tell your friends about Comedy Appe-Teasers. And we hope you enjoyed this short, funny set by my good friend, Larry Miller. Thanks for listening. We'll see you Sunday and next week for another great show. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Comedy Appe-Teasers. Be sure to share with family and friends, and we will see you this Sunday for our regular podcast, your host and MC, and again next Friday for another episode of Comedy Appe-Teasers. Bye!